Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel, it decides the movie, and they talk about it. Today, we are doing a recap of the 31 horror movies in 31 days that Eric and I did.
Yeah, dude, feels like a marathon of movies.
Yeah, I think that's an understatement.
Yeah, it's like we did a double feature movie in a day, but it's like a lot of those.
Yeah, man. I mean, so 31 movies. We watched one every single day, sometimes two in a day. I never did more than two in a day, did you?
Two in a day. I've done two in a day. I've never done more than that.
No, I think that was I think
That's a
2
lot.
'Cause, like, just to give people an idea, like, obviously, we watch the movie, we do the podcast, I edit the podcast, Eric then puts it on YouTube, and we put it on all these different places. Eric makes all the, behind the scenes stuff, but it takes I mean, honestly, one episode probably takes about, like, 4 hours, roughly?
Yeah, and I think we first started like recording these like right at the end of September, like September 25th. So we
Mm,
really didn't give us a lot of lead in time to record these.
no.
And I really enjoyed everything we done, and
Yeah.
the wheel was so much fun. But I think around like episode 13, like with Shaun of the Dead, it was like a weekend. I was like, I gotta watch this movie tonight, and I'm like, I'm like already like work was killing me, and I'm like, I don't know if I can make it to 31, but I'm so happy we did, and it was such a cool, honest push to get it done, you know?
Yeah. No, it was I mean, yeah, but it was really cool, and obviously being able to watch all these awesome movies. I mean, I'd seen, like, 99% of them
Yeah.
beforehand, and I feel like you'd seen, like, at least, like, 90-ish.
Yeah, there's only a few I haven't seen: The Witch, Sinister, The Conjuring, Carnival of Souls, Rosemary's Baby, and like Hellraiser. Those are all the movies like I never watched. I never even really knew about the movie.
What was your favorite of those and your least favorite?
I really liked The Witch, and I really liked Sinister. My least favorite of those was probably Hellraiser. I'm like
Wow.
this movie's a little extra for me. I don't know. It was a lot.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, it's because that especially with Hellraiser, like, that was one that I'd seen, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, but it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell for people, so
I feel like that was the only podcast where we're like stretch, like what do you want to talk about Hellraiser? It's like, hey, let's Google the covers and talk about it.
I mean, it's funny because after that one, I did, like, watch I think I texted you, I watched, like, YouTube clips about the story of Pinhead, and now I guess David Gordon Green and Danny McBride are gonna do an HBO series continuation, so I'm like, "Alright, maybe."
Yeah, I saw you send that to me last night, and I was like, oh shit, sounds pretty cool.
I mean, hey, who knows? Whatever. Maybe we'll give Hellraiser another chance, who knows?
Raise some hell. Let's do it. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, yeah, no, well, I'm glad you liked Sinister, and I'm really glad you liked, The
The
Witch.
Witch, yeah,
Um,
love The Witch. Witch was probably my favorite of all the new movies I've seen.
yeah, that one's a great one. That's an A24 film, and that's there's so many, dude, that I wanna show you, like, I know I wanna ask you to this, but the one movie that I wanted to put on here that we didn't, it was Hereditary, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
an A24 film that's so freaking good, so I really, in the future, definitely wanna talk with you about that one, but is there a movie that you would've added?
Get Out. I have not seen Get Out, so
Oh, you never
that's
have?
that's gonna be on the yeah, exactly.
Ooh, okay, yeah, no, that's a good one too. That's definitely I'm glad we're kinda doing some more, like, modern ones that people a lot, mainstream people have seen, so it's kind of like, even if you're not a
Yeah,
huge horror fan, you'd still be like, "Oh, I saw that."
for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I
Yeah,
love I love all our guests too. We've had on Don Berger for Silence of the Lambs. That was a really fun one. Mike
mm,
Valente, our killer clown expert for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Joe Testa, Night of the Living Dead, also helped make our logo. Hope Reagan, who did Hocus Pocus with us. Zach Simpson, The Ring. That was a lot of fun. Wilbur Hargio, Last House on the Left. Matt Banover, The Thing, which was also Halloween, which was kind of cool. I felt like little Lindsay Wallace watching The Thing,
yeah.
in the Halloween movie.
Well, you mentioned Joe Toledo for Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Oh yeah, Joey Toluca too. Yeah, for Texas. I'm so happy we had all these guests. It was
Yeah.
great.
No, we did. We had so many guests, and everybody, yeah, it was so nice to, like, have close friends that are just enthusiastic about the movies that they'd seen, and maybe, like, some of them seemed like they watched the movie yesterday, and other ones hadn't seen it in 10 years, but it was fun to get different perspectives and stuff, and different qualities of microphones. It was interesting.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing. If I could change this thing, I would definitely get a better microphone off the bat. I'm mad that I did, I think, The Witch without a mic, and Carrie. I think Carrie was one of our stronger podcasts in my opinion, and my mic just sucked.
I think you and I kinda talked about this a little bit, but maybe, like, in a year or something, I don't know, maybe, like
Yeah, like a refresh or something.
or, like, next summer, yeah, we can rewatch the first 8 episodes of those movies and then redo a podcast without listening to that so we don't repeat ourselves
Yeah.
verbatim. But, yeah, no, that's the only thing that sucks. I mean, again, we put this together so last minute that we didn't have the time to get, you a great mic and have this podcasting app and all that stuff, so we were learning as we were doing it.
Yeah, because we didn't really like start to get on the ball until like the end of September. It's like, hey, you want to do this? It's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And next thing you know, it's like, oh man, it's a lot to do, a lot to watch. Because each
Yeah.
movie's about 2 hours. I think that was the average, was a 2 hour movie. Yeah, so if we did two in a day, that's 4 hours of movie watching and then an hour of just talking about it, plus, uploading, adding artwork, and then our jobs on the side and our personal lives. And yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're right, it was a lot of work and everything like that, but I honestly, like, I loved this. I look
Yeah.
It's crazy to say, like, I loved listening to our conversation immediately after we had it and then editing it. I was just like, it's crazy. Like, it's a crazy person kinda thing, like, you're
Yeah.
listening to your own voice.
No, it was a busy month and it flew by. It flew by. It feels
Oh,
like I
yeah.
just watched Evil Dead yesterday.
This was the quickest October of my life. It really
I
was.
think I think doing this podcast really made the month fly by a lot faster.
For sure, yeah, but it's honestly, like, I've always wanted to do something like this, like, I've always wanted to watch 31 horror movies on 31 days, like, specifically be like, "I'm gonna sit down and do this," and I'm glad we did though, because like, this was probably the spookiest October I've ever had.
Yeah, it was pretty spooky. I mean, we crammed a lot of horror movies in, and I'll never forget, like, I got home from work, I think it was a Monday night, and, like, I just finished work, got home at, like, 8 PM, 9 PM, cooked dinner, had some food. Next thing you know, it's, like, midnight, and I'm like, "Oh, man, like, I gotta watch Pumpkinhead," and I was watching Pumpkinhead until, like, 2 in the morning, I'm like, "What am I doing?" I'm like, "Ugh." But love I'm so happy we did this, I really am. And how's your Halloween, by the way?
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man, I was kinda burnt out by the end.
Yeah, no, totally. I kinda half-assed put on a Michael Myers costume.
Yeah,
We carved a pumpkin. I ate a lot of candy, and I had about 4 hot dogs, mummy hot dogs. It's like a giant pigs in a blanket, I'll put it that way, but I had
okay.
way too many of those, way too much candy. I woke up and I'm like, "Oh," like, yeah, because today is November 1st, and I'm like, "Oh, man." But I was up late enough to, like, I stayed up till 1 AM, or no,
Mm.
2 AM, and then, all of a sudden, it, like, went from, like, 1:59 back to 1. I was like, "Ooh, daylight savings." Like
Yeah, I was very happy with daylight savings on Halloween. I'd say the most Halloween thing I did on Halloween was I mean, I wish I took a picture, dude, of how many Reese's Peanut Butter Cup I
Oh,
ate,
dude.
because
Yeah.
the commercial worked so well on me, it's like, "You know what's spookier than Halloween?" It's like, "Halloween without Reese's." And I was just like, "Alright,
You
alright."
got me. You got
I went
my
out
thing, I ate a whole bag of Sour Patch Kids, and my tongue hurts. It feels like someone just took sandpaper and went like, "You know what? Real quick." That's what it feels like.
Yeah, no, I won't do not chocolate candy anymore. I can't do the fruity ones. Yeah. This Halloween, obviously the quarantine, it's not ideal. I'm glad that the whole month just felt
Spooky.
yeah, I mean, Jesus, a horror movie every single day, and then talking about it. And then was there anything that you watched in between the horror movies throughout the month?
Football, I watched a little bit of football, but
All
aside
right.
from that, nothing, nothing. I didn't have time to watch anything else. So it's like, hey, my time, like I could watch, Boy Meets World on Disney Plus. That's what I was watching in September before we started this. I was like cruising on season 4 of Boy Meets World.
Mm,
And then we started this thing and I'm like, I don't have time to watch anything else, really. And if I had time, I'd want to watch a movie just to, get ahead of it if I could.
right. You wanna know how big of a psychopath I am?
What'd you do in between?
Pretty much the only thing I would watch, like, if I wasn't watching a horror movie to fall asleep is I would just watch, Treehouse of Horror episodes, The Simpsons.
Simpsons?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's so awesome, it's on Disney Plus, you can just go season by season by season and just watch the episodes in a row. I'm pretty sure I watched every single one.
Huh.
I love them. 'Em. They're so good.
Yeah. I haven't seen those in years, and some of them are really funny. Like,
Yeah.
some of the best Simpsons episodes are Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, they're just stupid spoofs, but I was like, "You know what? Like, it's keeping in the season, but it's a little little different than just watching people's heads getting ripped off and
D
zombies and demons.
do they still do that, The
Yeah.
Simpsons?
Yep. It's
Really? They do new Treehouse of Horrors every year?
every year.
Wow.
I think this was the 30th year.
Holy crap. Good for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, so that was aside from every day watching a horror movie, I would be watching Simpsons Halloween episode.
Hey, you could do a one Treehouse of Horror a day next year.
You really could, yeah, there'd be
You
30
really
next
could,
year.
and then
Yeah,
it'll end on the new one,
yeah, yeah,
in 31. That'd be
yeah.
crazy.
That was, like, kinda what I would do in my off time because all
Yeah.
I was doing was just this. Yeah, it's really it was so fun to be able to revisit a lot of the movies that maybe I hadn't seen in a while, or I'd always be like, "I don't wanna sit down for 2 hours and just do this." But, like, Lake
Well,
Placid, I would never
yeah, yeah. I mean, Pumpkinhead had me checking my watch a little bit. I watched that late at night, like I said before, and I'm one of those people that, you only need to see Pumpkinhead once in your life. I've seen it, like, 10 times, and
Yeah.
then sitting down and focusing and watching, I'm like, "Ugh," like, I've spent way too much of my life watching Pumpkinhead movies.
Speaking of Pumpkinhead, really quick, remember how well, there's a couple things that I'm, like, remembering now. Remember how we said the sound that it makes sounds like the thing from Independence Day?
Yeah, it sounds like The Thing too.
Yep.
Is that what you're
It
saying?
sounds
Yeah,
like the thing.
The Thing. Yeah, I noticed that. I forgot to mention that as well, but yeah, I heard it sounds exactly like The Thing.
Yeah, that was one thing I was just like, "Ugh, I think they just took that cicada sound from the thing and then repurposed it, and then the same thing happened in Independence Day, oh my god."
Independence Day used the alien. Oh my god.
Yeah. Pumpkinhead, yeah, there's a few movies that I think I'm like, "You know what? I've seen it again." If anyone's like, "When was the last time you saw that?" I'd be like, "2020. I can fucking prove it."
Yeah. Did you have, like, a favorite one you did or, like, a favorite part of this whole podcast experience?
I think the episode that I liked the most just because of how in-depth we got and how you had never seen it, and it's a movie that I really liked was, Rosemary's Baby. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
just the fact that you hadn't seen it, it was fun to kinda, like, hear you come up with ideas, and then I don't know, yeah, I enjoyed our in-depth kinda review of that one. Of, like, the funnest one, I think the one we just kinda, like, didn't care and bullshitted the most was Lake Placid, probably.
Yeah. Oh, Lake Placid. Love that movie.
Yeah. I like you know what I did learn to appreciate from this is I like watching shitty movies to kind of, like be like, how the fuck did the thing get there?" Sort of thing, like, I wanna it's like, you're not you're not supposed to question these things, but I want to, so
Yeah, like, we really ripped apart Lake Placid. It's like,
yeah,
okay, first of all, you're talking about a crocodile that went transatlantic. Then you're gonna say it's from Asia, so it went transpacific,
yeah.
and then all the way across the continental US. It's like, I don't think so. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it's
I like he's just like, "Why are you looking so into this?" But
like, guys, like, don't you have anything better to do? It's like the answer is no, we don't. We
I
don't.
really don't.
We really don't.
S
It's
same question
quarantine, coronavirus. We're both working. This
yeah.
is all we have. This is all we have. The wheel is all we have.
So, same question to you. Is there an episode that you liked the most? Was there one you that thought was, like, the most fun? Like
I liked our in-depth analysis of Carrie. I thought that was cool. I liked our sequel ideas for Carrie was kind of cool.
hmm,
And I liked most recently doing the thing with Matt Baniver and then him telling us about him, like his parents wouldn't let him watch Harry Potter, but would let him watch like real live exorcism videos with the Warrens or whatever. And he'd be like, these priorities are out of whack. Like it's like that is a billion times worse than Harry Potter.
that was an ongoing theme, though, throughout the whole podcast with our guests was, like, Hope, Zach, and Matt. All 3 of them had parents that were like, "No, no, 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 no."
Yeah. Like, no, no, you're not watching this, but you can watch this. I like doing Silence of the Lambs with Dom. That was a really fun because I love Silence of the Lambs. I know Dom loves Silence of the Lambs, so that was cool to talk with him.
Yeah, and Dom definitely does his research, and he has a lot of passion to everything that he's saying about it, so all of our guests, man, I
Yeah,
really
I even Hope, like, I love giving her trivia and then her nailing the trivia. It's like, damn,
yeah,
that's like the most obscure shit I could think of, and she just was like, boom,
I
easy.
know. Yeah, she really impressed me with it. It was so fast.
How about this question? What do you think is the best movie out of all of these? Not your favorite, but like the best.
I still think The Exorcist probably. It's
Yeah,
just, like, for what it is, like, it's so scary, it's got such a great plot, it's working on so many different levels with the priest and the girl getting possessed and the actress and the director and the mother dating, there's so many different levels, and it feels like a complete film at the end.
yeah.
Room for sequel, but still, I think if you're gonna go with any movie on this list, like, that's the one to go with.
That was exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say The Exorcist. I think
Yeah,
that's like Academy Award style movie. Like the cinematography is amazing. The theme song is awesome.
right.
Everything about that movie just hits checks all the boxes.
Yeah, because you could say, like, okay, Silence of the Lambs is the best, like, film probably on this list, but if you want, like, a full everything, you get the horror, you get the great filmmaking, you get the great score, you get the great
Mhm.
acting, go with The Exorcist. It's
Yeah.
got it
Real good, real big ride. Yeah, real
It's
good
got
ride.
it all. It's nicely condensed into 2 hours, you get a lot of locations, I mean, with
Mhm.
the bedroom is so iconic, but you also get to go to Northern Iraq, so it's just so much, there's so much
Yeah, and I found myself, like, really thinking while watching that movie. It made me think a lot.
Yeah,
I was
about, like,
yeah.
religion and, like, your relationship with your parents, yeah, it's so yeah, that's another one that's just I wanna watch the sequels because I know they suck, but just to be like, I need to know more.
Yeah.
Um, so is there anything since you've watched this? Because there's I mean, we did a broad spectrum of horror here, I mean, we have, like, slashers, demons, ghosts, killer clowns, aliens.
Dolls.
So, yeah, so is there anything that since you watched, you've like, "Okay, I'm officially more afraid of this thing now."
Mm, demon stuff, pretty like, the Sinister movie was pretty scary, and, like, rewatching The Exorcist as, like, a full adult, it's like, "Oh, that movie's pretty" like, demon possessing and, like, demon taking.
Mm.
I don't like demon stuff, it kinda freaks me out.
Yeah, that's always been the stuff that scares me the most too is like possession movies and demons and stuff like that. And this kind of bleeds into that a little bit, but I didn't realize I'm kind of afraid of witches. We watched the Blair Witch Project, we watched Rosemary's Baby, which is about a witch coven. We watched The Witch. We watched
And those witches were scary at the end, very scary.
there's witches in like all of these movies kind of, and you're just kind of like, The Conjuring, that's technically a witch too. So
Conjuring had a lot of things. They
yeah,
had dolls, witches, demons,
but that's a
ghosts.
witch too. So you're like, I'm like, man, witches are in a lot of stuff.
You know, they can be scary. Don't knock witches.
No, Hocus Pocus. But,
Hocus pocus, yeah.
they're kind of, like, in the background of everything and in The Witch and Pumpkinhead, dude, there's witches in all these movies.
Mhm, mhm.
So, I'm like, "Damn, you know what? Witches are kinda they can be human, they can be just terrifying, creepy old ladies." Like, it's yeah, I don't know, man. Witches got a new rise out of me.
I'd agree, I'd agree.
So, what of all the movies I know you already said I guess Hellraiser you said was your least favorite.
Hellraiser and Pumpkinhead and Child's Play are my 3, like
Oh, alright.
I know you like Child's Play, but I don't like these movies.
I'm gonna
They're just stupid.
turn I swear to God, mark my words right now, I'm going to turn your idea around about Child's Play.
Okay.
I am.
I'll see.
I
I'll
promise
wait.
you that. That's the one thing if there's one movie franchise that I will swear by, it's Child's Play. It'd be like, it redeems itself fully by the end, and it
Mhm.
continues to grow each one.
Doll movies don't really scare me that much,
It's
but
yeah,
I loved looking up the Annabelle doll and, like, the
yeah,
one that the movie uses and then the side by side comparison to the real one. That made me just die inside. I was just laughing so hard when I saw that, but
yeah.
just so fun. Like, doll stuff is just, don't
I know.
really
No,
doesn't
I
do
know
it.
doll stuff's not it's not particularly scary, but I
I don't
do
like dolls, Alec.
I get it, man. I guess looking at this podcast overall, just the way that it came together and, how each episode is kind of like a tight little microcosm of our, I don't know, personalities and stuff like that. But
Lake
it was,
Placid especially. Come on. I'm
I
just
know,
kidding. Keep going.
I don't know. I'm proud of us for sticking to it and to really pushing forward. And it was a learning experience for us to do this, and it was fun for us to do this. And we had a lot more viewers than I thought we would, across
Yeah,
all of our
that's another
platforms.
thing. I thought it was just gonna be me and you, like, literally. Like,
And that
hey,
would have been fine. That would have
yeah,
been fine. But we did, we got a nice little reception from this, and we're 100% gonna keep going. We decided that we're gonna start doing this once a week instead of every day, obviously. So we're gonna build, or we have built a new wheel, and we're gonna start spinning that, and then we're gonna start releasing them every Monday. So once a week,
Mondays.
you can
Yeah,
follow along the adventures of the Wheel of Horror and our discussions and exploration into the world, I guess, of film.
yeah. And every Monday morning we'll have a new episode. But I also love, all friends and coworkers and people that texted us and texted me. And, like, it really just made me happy. I was like, they're listening.
Yeah, yeah, it was nice. Yeah, this is something we've watched horror movies our whole lives, and it's kind of a weird thing that it's like, man, I love these, and I kind of know a lot about these, and I feel like you and I have these conversations all the time, just like, whoa, wait, what about this? What about this? And now we can finally kind of express it and have people be like, hey, I agree, or hey, you're an idiot. So it's
Yeah, and it's nice to talk with your best friend every day too, because you're all the way out in LA and I'm all the way out on East Coast Connecticut, and we're both like we don't see each other, so this is like us hanging out again, kind of.
yeah, man, gonna make me
Yeah,
cry.
yeah, come on, man, come on, come on. Come on, man.
No, I know it's true, man. It was great to be able to have a lot of friends that were in Alaska, and most of them on the East Coast. But it was nice to get people together especially for Halloween, but just to get people in general together. And if they enjoy horror movies or they just enjoy movies and like talking about it, this is a fun way to keep a conversation going.
Yeah, it was great to reconnect with, like Will Hargio and Zach. I haven't talked to Zach in forever, so I was like, oh man, really, really, really fun.
Yeah, and just keep it going. So, was there anything that you wanted to kind of mention about the month, the 31 days, any of the movies?
Yeah, I'd say like hopefully the wheel gives us another 31 next October, but from now on, let's do one a week. I like that, and really wouldn't change a thing except a better microphone. But I really enjoyed doing this.
Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. Really couldn't. This was been a lot of fun, and whatever your mic, the first 8 episodes.
They're good episodes, I swear.
Yeah, yeah, just put the quality aside. Well, we do have a new wheel to finish out 2020.
Yeah, want to spin it?
Yeah, I think you should spin that wheel, Eric.
Spin the wheel. Let me pull it up. So there's only 9 weeks left of 2020, which is awesome. Can't wait for this year to be over.
Yeah.
But anyway, Alec, let's spin the new wheel. Here we go. Cabin in the Woods.
Nice. Have you seen this one?
Yes, this I have seen. I have it on DVD too, so
Oh.
really excited to talk about this one. This one's fun.
Lucky.
This one's everything.
Lucky you, Eric. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about this one. All right, cool. Well, we will see you guys a week from today for our first non-October episode of Wheel of Horror.
What's going on?
Well, well, well. If it isn't my good friends, Eric and Alec, how are you?
The fuck is that?
Are you the wheel?
Are you the wheel? Yes, I'm the wheel.
You're real? I thought I just made this crappy app thing.
Well, you thought wrong. I've resurrected myself to tell the two of you that sometimes we don't all want to hear you talk about horror movies. Sometimes people like to mix it up a bit, you know what I mean?
Then they shouldn't be listening. I don't know. What are you saying, Wheel?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the Wheel of Horror. It's kind of like our whole thing, horror movies.
Not anymore. I want to hear episodes about drama, action, adventure. You've given the people what they want. Now you're going to give me what I want.
What do you want?
Starting on December 13th, you're going to watch one Christmas movie every day and do a podcast.
Like the Hallmark channel?
I was thinking more like Freeform, but sure, whatever.
Oh, okay, cool. We can do that.
So we have to watch 12 Christmas movies and release one every day leading up to Christmas?
Yeah, do I need to repeat myself again?
No, why though?
Do not question the wheel's logic.
I'm really tired. We just finished this other wheel.
Oh, you're tired. Well, drink a Pepsi Max or something.
Wait, Pepsi Max? What is this, like a sponsored thing?
Shut up!
All right, well, I guess we'll watch some Christmas movies too.
When does that wheel start?
Clean your cauliflower, Eric. Starting on December 13th, you're going to release one Christmas movie episode every day.
I'm looking forward to it.
But for the title though, is that gonna work with us? The Wheel of Horror, it's horror movies.
I know how you mortals are dumb, so just so there's no confusion, keep the name Wheel of Horror Podcast and just change the logo. I mean, what am I talking to here?
It makes sense. Well, we can do that.
All right, okay. Well, I guess you heard the wheel. We'll do that.
See you soon. The wheel has spoken.
Okay. Is he gone?
I think it's gone.
Okay. Well, I guess we will do a lot more podcasts coming up.
That's a lot. Yeah. I'll see you for Cabin in the Woods on Monday.
I'll see you then, and guess we should get started on some Christmas movies.
Get a Festivus on.
Jesus, we're like Walgreens getting ready for Christmas 2 months early. Well, we'll see you guys all next week for
Cabin in the Woods.